For decades, Ferreyros has been a major player in heavy industry in South America. What's the company's business focus now?
Ferreyros is proud to be the leading company in the commercialization of capital goods in Peru with almost 90 years in the market. Ferreyros represents Caterpillar in the Peruvian territory since 1942 and in Guatemala, Salvador and Belize since 2010 after the acquisition of these three companies in these countries. Ferreyros owns other 8 subsidiaries in Peru, all related to the capital good-based business, making available a broad portfolio of products and services. Last year, all the companies together sold the record amount of $1 billion. During the last decade, the company experienced an impressive growth. Since 2002 and 2010, the company accumulated growth of sales of almost 360%.
Ferreyros has been listed on the Lima Stock Exchange for 40 years. What's the shareholder base now?
Ferreyros is recognized as an important player in the Peruvian capital market. The company was listed in Lima Stock Exchange in 1971. The company has more than 1,900 shareholders, 30% in hands of foreign investors and 37% in those of Peruvian pension funds. Its success has been driven by financial results and for the good corporate governance practices. Ferreyros is part of the Index of Good Corporate Governance of the Lima Stock Exchange since 2008. Ferreyros joined the company circle of the Latin American Roundtable in 2006. There is a group of companies, of Latin American companies, recognized by the good corporate governance practices. This circle is sponsored by the OECD and the IFC.
So how would you define good corporate governance?
I would define good corporate governance practices as a set of principles that guides processes in the company related to shareholders' rights that will create value for them. I could mention transparency, in disclosure of information, representation in the board, open and clear board of directors policies. Ferreyros is one of the pioneers of this subject in the country. This ongoing commitment can be possible because the board of directors and the top management understand the important role of the good corporate governance practices in the company.
So finally, what's the strategy for growth at Ferreyros going forward?
Okay, the strategic plan of Ferreyros is based upon increasing growth and profitability, generating positive impacts in its stakeholders. These plans consider Ferreyros' growth will come from several drivers such as growth of Peruvian economy and the sectors where the company participates, the expansion of the portfolio of products with new brands, all of them with world-class standards, Caterpillar growth and the growth of other represented companies that has been very active in mergers and acquisition, as well as with the introduction of new products and technologies, the creation of new subsidiaries and the growth of the existing ones, and finally, the growth of Ferreyros' international expansion. Ferreyros has an optimistic vision of its future, with commitment, seriousness, and transparency.
Patricia Gastelumendi, thank you very much.
Thank you.